This is Naaman, once again back for another video on the Great Millstone Camp here in DC. Hey, what did we tell you? We keep telling you, man, all these signs. This, New York City a few days ago was flooded. I'm a little late on this, but hey, it doesn't take much. All right, you may think you're safe from some natural disaster where you are, but hey, when Yahweh Shah chooses to show their power, all right, it doesn't matter where you are on this earth, anywhere, all right, and you unfortunately for a lot of them up there, yeah, that was the case. Real quick, first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, and once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who wrote well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across the four corners of this earth. All right, aided by the many videos that are uploaded and for the edification of the hopeful elect of our people, because indeed time is growing short. All right, here is the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. So here we go. Like I say, in New York. All right. This is wild, man. This is really fucking wild. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. All right. And this, man, this is serious. I got a couple of scriptures. This is going to be a short one. But it's just going to show you the power of the Lord, Once again, New York is underwater. Now people are losing it. Here's why. This is from the J. Reed channel, YouTube channel. So here we go. Watch this. You women out there. Yep. Bye-bye. Got the Halloween music. Damn.
This is New York City underwater. We are underwater. Look at the cars. Look at the cars. Flooded out. My whole basement. They just making it worse, pushing the water. This is a river. It looks like a beach. It looks like a beach. You see this? It's a beach. Literally. Here's my husband's van.
Ocean.
Cars.
Beach, whatever.
Hydrants covered. People stuck in the street. Pandemonium. In 10 minutes this happened. In 10 minutes this happened. My basement has about, 5 feet of water in it.
I don't understand why this continues to happen over and over and over again. And I know this isn't the first time that New York has been
34 years
flooded right now, but right now they're underwater, and it seems like every other month I see some video across my timeline where New York is basically flooded, just like how it is right now. And just recently, they did receive a lot of rain. I mean, here's what the map looks like, and I mean, this is currently where it
Damn.
is, and it's planning to continue to rain for the next couple days right now as we speak in terms of the forecast, and that changes every single day. But when you look at it, New York City is basically underwater. It's crazy. Seeing some of these videos actually is kind of mind-boggling in my eyes. But I always ask, why does this happen? And every single time I see and do my research and try to connect the dots, they always say, "Oh, it's infrastructure. Infrastructure is not prepared." They say specifically the pipes and the drainage system can only handle 2 inches of water per.
See, and this goes to all that pomp that the average American talking about. They're so proud to be an American. You don't realize that the infrastructure, by and large, here in D.C., they did similar cases of flooding, and there was this thing. What was it? Last year, year before last, where this. For those of you that have been here, Rhode Island Station here in D.C. Right below it, Rhode Island Avenue there was this like doggy daycare center, and it rained real bad one day, and like I said, this hadn't been too long ago, and of course you got to understand that with the amount of gentrification going on here, that's another incentive for them to do the right thing, if you understand what I'm saying. So where that overpass, where the trains go over there, underneath it was known for years to just flood real bad. And it just so happened that, that flooded and dogs died. And, oh, there was such a big stink over that. All right. And, yeah, it took that. Some dogs being, that's just, you got to consider the people that, get all heartsick for dogs more so than people, and I think you know who I'm talking about. But that's the nature of our enemy there. You damn well better believe they care more for their dogs than they do Jake. But in any case, there was this big thing going on during that time where they had extensive repairs on the tunnels that took a few years to do. I think they're still just finishing up, but yeah, when it's them folks, when it's them that are concerned, yeah, that's the only thing why everything is or anything is going to be done. That's why we, all right, constantly sending up curses on this place, because it will never ever, all right, give justice to us. So why are we worried? Why should we want this bitch to continue on? All right. And you see with this latest thing, it's another story, but it's related, going into how these motherfuckers don't give a shit about us. This thing where they're trying to, they've got this slush fund set up for these insurrectionists. Now, you don't have money for Jake, who is owed these things that were promised to us, but you want to give some criminals, people that, but then again, you're seeing in real time the same thing that happened with the Civil War. These are their people, so of course they're going to take care of them. We're looking at it, well, wait a minute, hold on. Jake never took up arms against, although Jake has every right to. but they're telling you, fuck you, in your face. We don't give a shit about you, your grievances. That's why the Lord has to come back. You understand? But continuing on with this, yeah, the same applies. I was talking about what happened here in D.C., which is, of course, much smaller than New York City, but yeah, of course they're not going to do anything. Of course. It's a problem that's going to linger. And for those of you that own homes, and like this lady here was talking about, she thinks it's like 5 feet of water in her basement. That's been going on here. People were, I think, unable to get insured. That's fucked up. Sewage in the basement, that was here for many years since I've been here. Certain areas of the city were plagued with that. But let's continue on.
For like 20 minutes or something. Like, it's something crazy. So apparently they got a lot more water than they planned on, than the infrastructure can handle. Why can they fix this? Like, why isn't this something that can be fixed so they can prevent this in the future? I think it's bigger, but I'm not here for the conspiracies and all this, but I do think the sea level is rising. That's just me. I mean, I think it's obvious. We know the sea level is rising, with hence some of the things that we're seeing down there in New Orleans and all these other places. But on top of it, just to see entire communities like this just flooded, like deep water, it's crazy. Check this video out, though, guys. It's gonna.
Well, even without that, and I would agree, especially New York City, being how it was. You understand the history of how it was built, especially the area down there, Wall Street and all that. But even in the case of like flash floods, it's like I was just saying here in the district, if your infrastructure can't handle these sudden outbursts, yeah, and that, a lot of water in a short amount of time, hey, you're still gonna have a problem. This is Isaiah. Let me get it real quick. But again, no matter where you go, all right, it doesn't. People think they're safe in certain areas. You're not. Something can still happen to you. All right. If it's not water, it's fire. This is Isaiah 29 and 6. All right. Remember, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So no matter where Jake is at, all right. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Most High, the Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." All those rich people out in California in the mountains, well, guess what they have to deal with? Fire. All those in some cases, multi-million-dollar homes. Yeah, people have to flee when they get that, that notice. Hey, we got a fire here, out of control. They come back, everything's. You see what the Lord did to, what was that place called Paradise? What was that in Colorado? Leveled. Paradise. Oh, okay.
To blow your mind.
They're standing at the bus stop and on top of the bench.
Oh my God.
What's so funny?
Mommy!
Figures.
It's a river. Literally, looking at the front seat, like, there's water up to somebody's knees right now. There's water at someone's knees right now. People's tires are like, it's up to their tires. Damn. And the rain oh my, Bro, it's just flooded. It's a flood. It's a flood in less than
Yeah, I mean it's clearly not that bad, right? I mean it's bad. Let's not downplay it whatsoever, but it's not like the cars are still driving
Not
through the
where they
streets.
are.
Is what I mean. Like it's not like so bad to the point to where you can't travel. I guess in this point, in this video right here, I mean it looks bad. Look at the guy, little kids over there. Like they can't even get home. I guess because they're stuck on top of the bench. They were waiting for the bus. I'm assuming for within the city. But yeah, I mean this is what it is looking like right now as we speak. So whether you want to call it an infrastructure thing or whatever, we just know it continues to happen over and over and over again. And I'm not a resident, but at the same time, why can't there be fixed? Like why isn't there a fix for this situation? Here's some more people talking about it. Let's check this one out, guys.
So you're telling me it's normal that New York was flooded the way it was flooded yesterday? It's either New York is sinking or that weather machine is broke. It was 93 degrees yesterday, and then New York got hit with some of the craziest rain I've ever seen. And I'm born and raised in New York. Matter of fact, look at this. So you're telling me that this is normal for New York right here?
We are underwater. Look at the cars.
This ain't New York right here.
Flooded out.
This isn't normal for New York right here.
They just making it worse, pushing the water.
We started off the day with some of the hottest temperatures in May. And then we end up with this. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that?
Yeah.
When have you...
It's like I've been saying, and others also, you got these weird temperature swings. Like early last week, it was like over 100 for 2 or 3 days straight. And then by the weekend, it was in the 50s. Come on now.
I've seen New York like this. I grew up here. I've never seen New York like this. And they say New York not sinking. So I jumped down the rabbit hole. And they say, on average, the metropolitan area has subsided about 1.6 millimeters per year. Look at those floods. Look how much water that is. You don't think we're sinking? You don't think the number is higher than 1.6 millimeters per year? I'm going to let y'all end off with this. It's like they're in the Grand Rapids. They're just getting off the back of a bus.
That's crazy.
Look how that water just took her. That's not crazy to you? Yeah, okay. Either the machine is broke or, you know what? I'm out.
And this video right there just got millions and millions of views. Like it went viral all over the internet. So it's crazy. Like it's hard for me to sit back and believe that this is all an infrastructure problem. But I could be wrong. I'm not a resident. I've never even lived in New York. But my point is, this is what's going on, and to see entire cities like this, like drowning in water, basically at this point, right? Like to see it this bad is kind of crazy. It baffles me. I couldn't imagine waking up, walking outside just to see my house flooded, and they said all of this happened within 20 minutes in certain areas. So it's crazy, guys. It's blowing my mind. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. If you live in the state of New York or the city of New York, whatever you want to call it, let me know what is your experience right now in the comment section below.
Wow, I've never seen flooding like this, guys. Never. This is historic.
Southern Queens, near JFK.
shape.
Okay, so where do I'm not gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over there.
Like follow the white car. Follow the cars. Look, están yendo como por allá al lado del otro.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully
Vámonos.
there's little sprinkles and it doesn't rain much because we don't want no storms.
Oh shit!
I stalled out.
That was crazy.
So yeah, look at this one again. Damn. Damn. Let's get another scripture. Oh man. That water ain't no joke. Once, we'll close with this. All right. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 10. All right, because all these things, all right, in their totality, it's just one of those signs as it tells you in Matthew 24th chapter. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and the he, of course, is the Most High, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? All right, because this arrogant fuck that, that's over us, all his, the hubris of the Edomites, he thinks he can, he thinks he can control nature. He thinks he can bend it, what they call nature. He thinks he can bend it to his will. The arrogant fuck that he is. All right, and it reminds me of a book that I have that I got like almost 30 years ago. It's called The Great Mississippi Flood of 1927 and How It Changed America. And oh my God. And you had the first 80 or so pages of that book. The author is John M. Barry. I know he had a home here in D.C. and also in Houston. But the first 80 or so pages, it gives you the case of how these two engineers were going at each other. One was named, his last name was Eads, and I can't remember off the top of my head. One worked for the Army Corps of Engineers, and another was in the, private sector. But their egos, man, about how they wanted to approach the problem of the lower Mississippi, or as it pertains to Louisiana, and down there now New Orleans, because they were that particular flood in 1927, which nobody talks about. It was very, very devastating, and it also highlighted just how racist these motherfuckers really are. And I only found out because here in D.C. during was it 1998? Oh man, when was it? Anyway, there was a storyteller who was in his 90s that was down here on the mall here in D.C. And he was telling that story. I happened to read it in the paper, and that's what led me to get the book. And oh my God, the things they've done to Jake, it's no wonder they don't want real history to come to the light. And there was an instance in there, I'm just throwing this out there, where in 1912, where was it? It was in Mississippi. This particular drill, because they had a flood during that time, and what they did with Jake, the prisoners, they had these Jakes under, of course, shotguns and everything else. lay down and use their bodies as sandbags. Yeah, and of course a lot of them drown. This is what these Edomites think of us. You know, he brought that out in that book, and of course, some people took offense to it, but whatever. It came out. I'd never heard that before then. But in any case, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. This is my point in bringing this out. And again, these are signs that, hey, we about out of this bitch. All right, the Lord is bringing this place down in each and every way. All right. So with that, once again, I hope you've been edified with this video. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. And once again, I like to encourage you to remain circumspect out here. Keep those eyes and ears open. All right. So with that, hey, shalom.